Today, I'm gonna show you 3 of the most profitable business ideas that make big money. In fact, I recently used these exact methods to quit my job and to pursue these opportunities full time. So if you are sick of working a regular 9-to-5 job, stay tuned for these business ideas that allowed me to quit mine. What is up? My name is Chris. Welcome to another video. If this is your first time here, it is my sole purpose to help you realize that you don't need a job, you need an income. And if you want help building that income, join the family by subscribing below. Also, before we get started, for my #1 way for making money online, be sure to check the link down in the description, benjisdad.com. I have a free video series where I show you step by step how to build your own income. So the #1 business idea is consulting and online courses. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, consulting is basically advising someone on how to do something that you are probably an expert in, or at least have a lot of experience in. And in fact, not too long ago, one of the many businesses that I've owned in the past, I used to moonlight as a mobile DJ. I would do weddings, anniversaries, school proms, and picnics, and types of parties like that. And like any other job that some people may consider cool, you get a lot of people walking up to you during these parties and asking how can they get into the business, or maybe even asking me to teach them how to DJ. Now, most of these people were just being nosy. They just wanted to look at my equipment that I was using at the time. But every once in a while, you did run into somebody who was actually serious about wanting to start their own mobile DJ business. And there was this one guy that I ended up meeting, and his name was Jeff. Now, Jeff did a little DJing in the past, but not really enough to be considered a professional. So at times I would bring Jeff along with me on gigs, and he would help me set up all of my equipment. And then during the party, I would literally consult with him and explain to him why I chose a certain song, why I wore my headphones a certain way, maybe even some small things that someone who is not an experienced DJ wouldn't even realize. So that basically was consulting. I was consulting with Jeff. Now, at the time, I was young and I was kind of stupid, so I didn't charge for that kind of stuff. I actually just kind of did it for free. I don't really know why, but I did. But that is what you can do as a consultant. You can find something, really anything that you are good at and knowledgeable about, and then charge people for your knowledge. And this can really be about anything from relationship advice to even cleaning up your own house. In fact, Yahoo Finance reports that Marie Kondo from that Netflix show Tidy Up charges upwards of $100 per hour just to come to your house and tell you how to clean your own house. And she doesn't even do it in English. So I hope you see the power of consulting. Now, one of the downsides of consulting, and this really is a big downside, is the fact that it takes away from one of your most precious assets, your time. Unfortunately, you physically have to sit there and talk to people. Over time, another Jeff would come up, and then another one, and then another one. And the more that I DJ, the more of these potential people would come up wanting to also learn how to DJ. And then by the time I realized it, there were 10 Jeffs, and I was taking too much time trying to show people how to DJ. And this is where online courses come in. You can literally sit down and just do a brain dump of all of the information that you know about a niche or an industry. And then you turn around and just sell it to people for like a flat fee. Now, granted, it is easier said than done because it does take a lot of work to sit down, plan out, and put together an effective course that can teach a particular subject. But the thing is, once it is done and you've put the work in, it's done, and you can turn around and sell a course as many times as you want. So now you have what is called a digital asset. And in my experience, you can now pay Facebook ads like $100 to have your ads shown to 5,000 or so people who are also interested in DJing, but just don't know where to get started. So if you put some numbers to this, if you had a course that costs $97 and you paid $100 to boost the course, even if 1% of the people, of those 5,000 people, decided to buy the program, you have just turned $100 into $4,850 just like that. So now you can see the profitability of consulting and online courses. The type of money that you can receive is enormous. The next most profitable business idea that is very close to my heart is digital marketing. Now, this is one of my favorite because the digital marketing industry is huge online and offline. Everyone in the world, no matter who you are, you need some type of marketing. You could have the best, most wonderful product in the world, but if no one knows about it, no one's ever going to buy it. And that is what marketing is, getting your product or your service in front of the right people at the right time. And with the power of social media, we know what people are interested in and can literally surgically place our advertisements in front of the right people that is going to give us the biggest return on our investment. In fact, I consider marketing to be recession proof, and here's why. People and companies will always pay some type of money to get their product in front of the right people. This can be magazines, newspapers, commercials on TV, ads on Facebook, YouTube. Basically, anywhere there are people, people will pay to get their advertisements in front of the right people. And when the economy is booming, people are going to be spending more and more money on advertising so that they can make more and more money on the other end. But even when the economy is terrible or is in the toilet, companies are still going to buy advertising so that they can get back to where they were. Another good thing about marketing is that you don't have to be college educated to be really good at it. In fact, I have plenty of friends and colleagues that have never even set foot on a college campus, and some of them have barely finished high school to begin with, and they've learned marketing and are now living like kings and queens, making more money than some doctors and lawyers, just from learning a high income skill like marketing that can really be used in any industry. Now, when it comes to the profitability of marketing, check this out. In 2015, LeBron James signed a lifetime contract with Nike, guaranteeing him more than $1 billion before he turned 64. Yeah, that's a sickening amount of money. However, that's not what I want you to focus on. Look at this from the perspective of Nike. If Nike could afford to hand LeBron James $1 billion over the next 30 or so years, how much money are they making on the back end? Well, I'll tell you. According to Nike.com, in 2018, Nike's revenue equaled $36.4 billion. Yes, with a B, in 1 year. So over the next 30 years, let's just assume the profits that Nike is breaking in just breaks even, and they continue at $36.4 billion each year. By the time LeBron reaches the age of 64 and fulfills his contract, Nike would have made over $1 trillion. So now you can argue that LeBron James should have asked for a lot more money than just $1 billion, especially depending on what Nike's going to get after the 30 years is up. So I say all of that just to say this. Marketing is possibly the most profitable industry in the world. And because of the internet and social media, anyone can get into it. So don't be afraid to buy a course and learn some type of online digital marketing and find your little piece of the pie and start making some money. You don't need that much to quit your job, to be honest. The next most profitable business idea that you can start right now is YouTube. Now, I get it. A lot of people are saying, why do people on YouTube keep bringing up YouTube as being an option to start a business? And the reason for that is because YouTube is so profitable. If you just put in a little bit of work on the front end, by the time you get to the other side, it can get extremely profitable. In fact, if you are watching this video right now, you're likely watching it on YouTube. And about 18 months ago, my channel had less than 1,000 subscribers and was making about, this much money in income. And just a few months later, I am earning anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000 each month just in AdSense revenue alone. That doesn't include any of the other marketing options that I have, including affiliate marketing and course sales. That is a significant amount of money that my business is able to generate pretty much semi-passively. Now, the reason that I say semi-passively is because you do have to continue creating new videos to kind of feed the beast if you want your channel to continue trending up. But the most wonderful thing about creating YouTube videos is that even if I were to never post another video ever again, the income that I'm receiving would stay steady for quite a while. In fact, it would be months or maybe even years before it started to eventually trail off, which again is the greatest part about it, because I can literally take months off and not really see a huge dip in income. And in my opinion, another cool thing about YouTube is that it will always have a barrier to entry, so to speak, because some people just don't want to make YouTube videos. Now, I'm not saying that you always have to be face and front and center on your YouTube channels, because there are plenty of channels that are successful without having to show their face. But if you can get over that barrier of creating a video, you're going to automatically put yourself in front of at least 75% of people who are just too lazy to make videos. And this is really good news for creators because it adds a little bit of exclusivity to what it is that we do, meaning that our work can stand the test of time because it'll likely never have the same type of competition that regular Google search has. Now, YouTube has about 2 billion active users each month. And to put that into perspective, Facebook also has about 2 billion active users each month. So just think about everybody you know who normally uses Facebook. So yeah, YouTube is eclipsing Facebook in almost every way in terms of the people that are using it. And again, just like we mentioned earlier, where the people are, that's where sales can be made. You can create advertisements and get in front of these people, whether it's by using SEO or search engine optimization for your videos, or whether you're paying for advertisements so that you can place yourself in front of the best people who are going to buy your product. And what's really crazy about the profitable opportunity that is really out there for people who want to create YouTube videos is that the opportunity is still there. This is still great for new creators as well. It is not too late to start a YouTube channel. In fact, the top grossing channel in ad revenue made over $20 million in 2019, and that was from an 8-year-old reviewing toys. So yeah, just give it a try, get out there and create a video. Even if it's bad, no worries, just keep creating and you will get better, even if it's by 1% for every video that you create. I guarantee that you are going to be way more entertaining than that guy who just sits down for 4 hours, literally smiling at the camera. And by the way, his whole channel is like this. I mean, look, the whole channel, just sitting and smiling. I mean, really? Oh, gosh. Anyways, now that we have gone over this information on how you can get out of whatever situation that you happen to find yourself in, you now have to take some type of massive action. Nothing is going to happen if you just sit there and do absolutely nothing. In fact, if you want to learn how I took these exact same business ideas that we went over in this video and used them to quit a $55,000 job comfortably, then click on the video right there where I show you the exact steps that I took on how I went from working a boring 9-to-5 job to being my own boss.